Okay, so you have got to see the ludicrous idiocracy of Alexandria Ocasio Cortez's latest gaffe. So, first off, I'm going to explain to you my analogy of what it's like, just so that way you can kind of get this story right. Imagine you go to a restaurant and you have ordered yourself a steak dinner, and you've got yourself a soda, and you're just waiting for the steak and baked potato and all that to come by. So here comes the waiter. He's got this nice meal. It's there. It's great. It's a steak meal. And along comes Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez out of nowhere. Bam! Knocks it out of the waiter's hand. Denied. She blocks you. Right? So then you're kind of upset. You're pissed off. You're like, what the heck? What did you do that for? And then she says, oh, well, I didn't, even though you saw her do it. Referencing the fact that she said she didn't, but yet she was the front runner of the whole protest. And then a few minutes later, the waiter comes back, and he's got one piece of steak, one piece of baked potato, mashed potato, one fry, a cup of beans, whatever, and sets this little itty-bitty meal in front of you. And then Ocasio-Cortez sits across from me and goes, well, I'm just waiting for you to apologize, because look at that. You came back, or you got your steak meal, and you don't have to pay for your soda now. Meanwhile, you're paying for your steak meal full size, your soda's free, but you're only getting 6% of your meal. And Ocasio-Cortez is bragging about it. So let's read this article. Keep that analogy in your head. That way this article will make a little better sense. AOC criticized for tweet slamming Amazon New York City plans. So let me show you this little picture here. This was her tweet. Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, me waiting on the haters to apologize after we're proven right on Amazon and saved the public billions. You didn't save the public billions. You cost them billions. However much the job market would have improved, however much New York City would have benefited from Amazon being there in a financial way, 6% of that is what you were able to get them. However many billions over the course of years that they would have created with job growth and financial stability, you have effectively brought them 6% of what they would have had, and you are bragging about it. Now, the individual that, Jordan, that was reporting this, AOC was unfairly criticized and attacked for standing up to one of the biggest companies in the world. No. She was fairly criticized. Absolutely fairly criticized. All right, in the article. Amazon is coming to New York after all, and AOC, who helped scuttle a deal to bring the company to Queens, couldn't help but take a victory lap that quickly irked her critics. Won't you look at that? Amazon is coming to New York City anyway, without requiring the public to finance shady deals, helipad handouts for Jeff Bezos, and corporate giveaways. Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez tweeted, maybe the Trump admin should focus more on cutting public assistance to billionaires instead of poor families. Well, perhaps you should look into not cutting jobs or potential jobs away from poor families. How about that? How about you look at the trash in your own backyard first, rather than coming and touting about something and lying and saying this is a great deal and you helped save billions. Whatever the benefit would have been when that company went there with the tax breaks, whatever the public benefit would have been with those thousands upon thousands of jobs, you have effectively brought them 6% of that. And you are bragging about it. Let's continue. Some folks had no patience for the Queen's Congresswoman's boast, noting the internet retailer's new office space would bring significantly fewer jobs than the headquarters Amazon had planned to build in Long Island City. Yeah. Absolutely absurd. She's bragging about it. It's going to bring 6%. I bet a lot of shopkeepers and stoners in LIC would have loved those customers in the neighborhood instead of in Manhattan. Plus, what they are taking in Manhattan is much smaller in scope than HQ2, responded real estate entrepreneur Jason Harbour. Let's get down to the, let's see. If you went from 25,000 Amazon jobs in your district to just 1,500 being offered outside your district, you're an idiot. if you think this is a success to your constituents. Caleb Hull, a director at the GOP-leaning political consulting firm Targeted Victory, said in a tweet of his own. Yes. And then AOC responded that, well, the 25,000 jobs wasn't guaranteed. Well, no, but it would have been a lot more than 1,500. So you went from having potentially 25,000, let's say on the low end 15,000, to having 1,500 jobs. And not only that, those jobs are not even in the district that you're supposed to be representing. Very good, AOC. Very good. You have shown yet once again your childlike behavior. You have once again thrown a spin on it to try to make yourself look like a good light. And your followers, the ones that are avid AOCers, they will take that and they will run with it, and they will speak of it as if it was absolute truth. And you'll hear, oh, look at AOC. She saved billion-dollar tax breaks, and we still got Amazon. No, you got 6% of the Amazon that you were going to get. You got about 6% of the jobs. Yes, I know the 25,000 jobs weren't guaranteed, but it would have been a lot more than 1,500. The HQ that they're building now is quite a bit smaller than the proposed one that they would have had in New York City. I mean, she's bragging about costing jobs. 94% of the jobs that they would have had, gone. And she's bragging about it. She's not bragging about it. She's lying. It's called a goose a gander. Huh? Like that one? She's lying. She's absolutely lying. It baffles me. This is why the Democrats are losing followers. And I'm going to call them followers because at this point, it has become a religion. It has become a believe as we believe or else. And then they attack their own base and they attack their own selves, and it's just, they have no adherence. They have no common goal. Even the impeachment isn't a common goal. Even the impeachment, I hope they do impeach. I do. But the Democrats as a whole have just moved so far out there, and then they're trying to lie to cover their asses, and people call them out on it, and the sad thing is with this news cycle tomorrow, everybody will forget it. Do you think she did good? I personally don't, but I mean, that's just my opinion. Having 6% of the jobs that you would have had, having 6% of the meal that you would have had at a restaurant, and having someone brag about it that took your full meal away because now you're getting your soda for free, but you're only getting 6% of your steak meal. I want my steak meal. Anyways, let me know what you think. If you agree with me, write, I want my steak meal in the comments. All right, I love you guys. We'll see you on the next one.